So almost 2 years ago, Manfrotto had a revamp of 3 different lines of their bags. And that involved the street line, the advanced line, and my favorite, the Pro Light line. Now, in time for the launch, they actually sent me 2 out of the 5 bags in the Pro Light line. And that was the front loader and the back loader. But there was one variant in that bag line that actually got me really interested because I'm foreseeing that it's actually the most usable, the most versatile, and probably the most suitable working photographer's backpack. And of course, I am talking about the Pro Light Multiloader, and it is this one. Now in this video, we're going to talk about this. I have personally used this for a couple of weeks now, and I have a lot of things to say, and we have a lot of things to tackle. However, this one is actually another Pro Light backloader, and this is not the one that I reviewed 2 years ago. This is brand new and untouched. I just took it out of the bag before recording this video, and it's on the table because I'm giving it away. I'll be announcing how you can win this on my Instagram very soon, so follow me if you haven't, and stay in tune. But yes, for this video, the multi-loader. Now, all of the bags in the Manfrotto Pro Light line are made up and lined with ripstop nylon. So that is what makes up the entire surface of the bag, the entire exterior of the bag. And personally, I really like the textured dark gray with the red accents that pretty much embodies the branding of Manfrotto. Now, the Pro Light Multiloader is a 26-liter backpack. However, I feel like this might be the most efficient use of 26 liters I've ever seen in backpacks, ever. I'll show you why in just a bit, but maybe first let's understand why it's called a multi-loader. And I think there's actually 2 reasons behind that. Let me start with the first. The first one is because you have multiple entry points, which means that it basically has one huge main compartment, but you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 different entry points or access points into that. So the first one would be the front access right here, which is the biggest one. It opens into almost the entire main compartment, and it can actually open up to the whole main compartment if you change the configuration of this divider. We'll do that later. Now, the second access point is this one on the right, which I would say is the minor side access. Not really minor because it still opens up the whole thing. On the flap is also a mesh pocket right here. Now, what I would call the major side pocket is the one right here. Now, why is it major for me? Because if you unhook this small strap right here, the short strap right here, then this zipper opens up all the way to the back. And you have that, right? But in reality, the zipper is actually connected all the way to what we opened earlier, which is the front access. So technically, you have the option of opening it all the way using this, or opening it from the side just like this. And this is going to be very relevant because of the other reason why it's called a multi-loader. We'll get to that. Now, the fourth access point is, of course, the one on top right here, which allows you to get whatever you put above that divider that you can, of course, also remove and reposition. But this is actually really nice because you can put like your main camera gear in here and everything else that you might switch into in the bigger compartment. Or if you're not bringing too much gear, then this can be where you put your personal items. Now, honestly, I feel like they put all the dividers they could put inside this bag, so that's amazing as well. Now, you're probably gonna have to leave actually some of the dividers at home. I feel like they put way too much, but I think that's good because it's better that you have more dividers than you need than not to have enough. Of course, on the inner side of that flap are 2 more mesh pockets right here for small accessories. Now there is no rear axis, and that's because of the fact that this is a laptop compartment. Now it says on the website it can carry a 15-inch laptop. I have used a 16-inch laptop on this, and I'm pretty sure that some 17-inch laptops can actually fit inside. And yes, that's basically what you need to know about the laptop compartment. Now let's get into the minor details. Number one, there is a zipper here because there is an extra pocket right here in front, and you can put small accessories here. I would put my memory card case right here, and because there is this loop right here, then I can actually put that inside. So I'll hook this to the loop, and then we put the memory card case inside. So that's pretty neat. And of course, these loops with the red accent can be used for so much more stuff depending on what you need to attach. There are side flex pockets here, one on the left and one on the right. But if you're using a bigger tripod, you can also use straps to attach the tripod here in front. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but there are steel cables on the ends of the zipper pullers right here. And that is because inside this pocket is basically a TSA approved number coded padlock. And it also has that steel cable, flexible cable, because this one will go inside these, and even this one, so that you can lock the entire bag and keep it safe from theft. And this is actually another common feature among the entire Pro Light backpack line. So that's one of the things I really love about this series. Now at the back is what I would say a pretty thick padding. It might be considered as thicker than usual, and that's because it also houses the many options for the second reason why it's called a multi-loader. This has a deep pocket here in the back because this entire thing, the whole strap, can actually be stowed inside for when you change into the different ways to carry the backpack. Let me start with the most obvious one. It's a backpack, so you carry it as a backpack. But it also comes with these side flaps here that turn into a waist belt. And that would be really good for shoots that require a bit of a walk. And I would say, while this might not have been made for outdoor explorations, outdoor adventures, it can still be really helpful because a waist belt could give you actually a lot more comfort if you use them. And since we're talking about waist belts, then I should also mention that there is also a chest strap, and you can adjust the height of the chest strap. And the purpose of these straps is to keep the weight and the bulk of the backpack as close to your body as possible, to compress it so that it's not pulling you back and basically give you a harder time carrying it. Now, another way of carrying it, well, number one, we take out one of the two shoulder straps right here. It's connected via this, whatever you call that, and Velcro inside. And the same thing goes for the other side. Now, you can leave this at home or you can put it inside this outer pocket right here. That's totally up to you. Now, once you've done that, you can now take the other shoulder strap like so, and then move it to one of the levels of the attachment points of the other side. Now we can lengthen the strap altogether, and now we have a sling. So this way, I would suggest if you're going to use this, use it when it's not entirely full, because again, this bag can carry a lot. We're gonna get to that, but it can carry a lot, and that means it can get heavy. So I would suggest use this configuration when it's not too loaded. Now the next thing we can do is, again, remove that from there, bring it back to its original side. Then we can take out the other end from the bottom right here and move it just a little bit to the front. The great thing about this bag is that there are so many attachment points for straps and loops and whatever. We have one right here, we have one right here, we have two right here, the 4 in front, another one here, and a few more loops here, depending on actually what you're going to use them for, I mean. And yes, so with that configuration, we actually now have what could be a duffel bag. So it could be carried this way, and you can have access to the side pocket here, or you can carry it this way, and that way you have access to that large side flap here that can open the entire main compartment altogether. So that's the reason why it's called the Pro Light Multiloader. Number one is because you have 1, 2, 3, and 4 access points, and you also have 3 different ways to carry it: a backpack, a sling, or a duffel bag. Okay, so now let's talk about what we can put inside. Let's open the main flap, or the biggest front opening, and you can see here that this is not how it arrived. Again, I've already been using this for a couple of weeks, so I've already rearranged the padding and the dividers depending on how I would actually use them. I'm gonna try to put as much gear as I can, but I don't feel like I can actually fill this entire thing up. So I'm going for a shoot today. I will be shooting interiors today, so that's why you're gonna see a lot of the Laowa gear. And bear in mind that I'm also bringing the camera that you are viewing this from, but I cannot show you that because I'm using it to record this video. In any case, of course, the A7R5 is going right here. I can use this for the Laowa 10mm 2.8. I can use this other side, and I'm actually being very liberal with this space. I can put this lens, the 15mm shift, like this, but in reality, if I need to fill up the space, or if I need all of the space, then I can, of course, put it this way. Or you know what, I'll move it to this side. Now I'm also bringing the ZV-E10 with the Laowa 12-24 f5.6 zoom shift. And this is an extra set I'm carrying because I'm still testing this out further, even though I've already published a review about it. But yes, this can actually go right here, and we have a lot more space. Now, it's a little bit hard to get into the lower part of the main compartment, but you can actually still fit maybe 3 or 4 more lenses right here. Again, I don't have that many lenses today, but instead we're gonna put these V-mount batteries right here. This is the SmallRig VB50 and the VB99, and as you can see, I can actually put a lot more right here. Now, if you want to open up the space even further, then you can actually take out this divider or reconfigure it so that you have more space right here. But I would actually prefer to keep it that way so that there is another space for smaller items here. Now let's close this up and check out what we can put inside. Now here on the top compartment, we actually have room for a full frame body and a medium to large sized lens. Just maybe not a connected telephoto lens, but maybe another set of an A7 IV with a 24-105 or a 24-70, and you have a little bit more room, and you can keep this rain cover or actually this is the one that Manfrotto has, which is an all-weather cover. It not only protects it from moisture, it also protects it from heat because it has a reflective surface that you can use to repel the heat instead of it absorbing. The dividers, and since I'm doing exteriors also later, I can put this filter pouch right here. And there we go. As I said, I've shoot in just a little bit. So it's good that I already put the stuff inside the bag and I can now just get the lights and go ahead. But yes, so this is again the Manfrotto Pro Light Multiloader. And if you have more questions about this, then you can of course leave them down below in the comment section. And don't forget what I said at the start of the video. I am giving away the Pro Light backloader on my Instagram, so do check that out. Now, if you're new to the channel, of course, my name is Nicco Valenzuela. I am a landscape and architectural photographer. And in this channel, I talk a lot about the process and the gear. And if you're into that, then do click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. In any case, thanks for watching.